Hi there, I'm the Declutter Homemaker. I love small tricks that make cleaning feel lighter. And the best part, they're actually working in my own home. This video is all about those kinds of habits, the ones that quietly keep your home feeling clean without turning your life upside down to get there. I used to think I needed to hustle harder, clean deeper, buy better bins. But what I really needed was less, not more. Less chaos, less rework, less of that daily loop where everything feels like a reset. These habits help me break that cycle, and the first one, it's the reason my living room no longer looks like a laundry pile exploded. Let's dive in. You know that moment you walk in the door with your bag, your jacket, maybe a few groceries, and you just drop it, all right there wherever you're standing. That's not because you're messy, it's because your hands are full, your brain's scattered, and you're already halfway to your next task. And that one quick I'll put it away later moment, it snowballs fast. By the end of the day, it's not just your bag, it's male clothes, half-empty water bottles, and suddenly, the floors disappeared. So here's one habit that quietly changed everything for me. Give your clutter a soft landing. I keep a flexible fabric bin by the door. Nothing fancy. It's where we drop worn but not dirty clothes, backpacks mail that needs sorting. It's not perfect, but it keeps the chaos contained. This isn't exactly cleaning, but it sets the stage for cleaning to happen without effort later. Because when stuff isn't scattered across the floor, vacuuming takes minutes. You're not stuck playing pickup before you can even start. It's a tiny shift, but if you do it daily, it quietly builds the kind of order that lasts. And honestly, this small habit only works long term if the stuff you're dropping isn't junk you should have let go of months ago. That's why tomorrow I'm walking through things you can declutter without overthinking. The items that pile up quietly and steal your space without you noticing until your hallway becomes storage. So don't miss that one. It might be the easiest clean out you'll ever do. Now let's move to the next habit, one that resets your space in just 15 minutes no matter how behind you feel. I used to wait until I had time to clean the whole house. You know how that goes? The "I'll do it on Saturday" lie we all tell ourselves. But here's the truth, your brain hates starting something that feels endless. That's why I stopped trying to clean the whole house and started cleaning just one messy spot for 15 minutes max. I'd look around and think, okay, what part of this house is making me feel the worst? Right now, then I'd set a timer and that's all I'd do. No pressure to finish, no guilt if I didn't. The first time, it was the dining table. I cleared off mail, wiped the crumbs, put away random chargers, done. And weirdly, I felt lighter. That tiny reset gave me momentum. So the next day, I did 15 minutes again, this time in the kitchen. And slowly, one corner at a time, the house started to shift. I didn't plan to clean every day, but when something only takes 15 minutes, your brain stops resisting it. It becomes doable, habitual, even kind of satisfying. Now it's part of my rhythm. 15 minutes a day, just one area that's bugging me. It's not deep cleaning, but it keeps the house from ever feeling too far gone. And that to me is the real win. Let me show you how I build on this by focusing only on the areas that actually get gross every single day. If the 15-minute habit feels too quick, like you barely made a dent, this next one might hit the spot because sometimes you need a bit more structure to feel like you actually accomplished something. Here's what I started doing. I pick 3 areas a day. That's it, just 3, not the whole kitchen, not the entire upstairs, just 3 small zones that bug me the most in that moment. Some days it's the bathroom sink, the dining table, and under the couch. Other days, it's my car, my desk, and the entryway rug. The point isn't to rotate or track or plan. The point is to protect my energy while still doing something that moves the needle. And the more I did this, the more I noticed something. These little areas, they're like pressure points. Clear just a few of them, and the whole house starts to feel cleaner even if the rest isn't done. It's not perfect, but it's progress. And on burnout days, that's more than enough. Next up, let's talk about one habit that doesn't look like cleaning, but makes your house look instantly more put together. You ever go digging through a pile of folded towels, storage lids, or Tupperware, and by the time you find the one you need, the whole stack has collapsed? It's frustrating. It wastes time. And worse, it makes you not want to put things away next time. So here's one change I made that felt weird at first, but helped immediately. I stopped stacking and started storing things vertically. Plates, lids, makeup palettes, mail, even cutting boards. If it can stand, I stand it. For example, I bought a cheap file sorter, the kind you'd use for office folders, and used it to store lids for my food containers. Now I grab the size I want without knocking down a leaning tower of plastic. Same thing, and the kitchen cabinet plates go upright in a plate rack. In the bathroom drawer, I keep my palettes and serums lined up like books not layered in baskets. And the bonus, it's way easier to see what you have, which means you actually use it. No more letting the same 5 items hog the top layer while the rest collect dust underneath. This one shift makes everything feel neater without actually throwing anything away. It's more about visibility than minimalism. And speaking of visibility, let's look at one habit that clears the visual noise even further, labeling everything so your brain doesn't have to guess. You know that thing where someone asks, "Hey, where do we keep the batteries?" and your brain freezes because, honestly, you're not sure anymore. That used to be my life, even in my own house. And it made every little task harder. Packing a lunch, wrapping a gift, finding a charger, all of it came with this low-level mental stress because nothing really had a home. So here's the shift that helped me feel in control again. I gave everything in my house an address, and then I labeled it, not just baskets and bins, but actual categories, like refills for backup toiletries, current projects for whatever craft or task I'm working on that week, even drawers like electronics or pantry snacks. And I don't mean fancy vinyl labels. Half mine are just sticky notes and painter's tape, because this isn't about aesthetics, it's about clarity. When something has an address, you stop having to think. You just go straight there. And the real magic, other people in the house can finally help without asking where everything goes. It's not about perfection. It's about letting your space talk back to you in a calm, quiet voice. This goes here. That's where this lives. So your brain can rest. And speaking of giving your brain a break, the next tip is about ditching the idea of one big cleaning day and replacing it with something way more forgiving. Ever looked around your home and thought, it's not that messy, but why does it still feel chaotic? 9 out of 10 times, it's the cords. Phone chargers, tablet cables, laptop bricks, portable batteries all scattered in random drawers, floors, or dangling off tables. And when you need one, you're hunting like it's a scavenger game. So I created one central charging station, a landing pad for all the wires. I pulled together every charger power bank docking station and plug. Then I set up a small tray near the entryway, added some cord holders, and designated it as the spot. Everything goes here. No more wandering cords, no more frustration. It's not a deep cleaning hack, but it makes your home feel instantly neater. The visual noise disappears. You save time, you save sanity, and suddenly something as small as charging your phone feels calming. And this idea, it goes beyond cords. You can have a snack zone, a mini first aid corner, or a key station. Once each category of items has a designated home, your brain stops trying to keep track of chaos because the system's already done it for you. Now, if you're the kind of person who's ever bought a second bottle of moisturizer just because you forgot you already had one, the next tip is going to feel like a lifesaver. It's not about choosing, it's about finding what you already know you need. When everything is shoved in one drawer or scattered across shelves, even the simplest routines turn stressful. You reach in for your everyday serum and come out with an unopened sample from 2 years ago. Now you're late frustrated and still didn't find what you needed. Here's a habit that changed that for me: put the most used items in the most obvious spots. What you rarely touch, tuck them behind or store them higher up. Take my morning skincare shelf. I line it up in the order I use: cleanser, toner, serum, moisturizer, SPF. Not only does it save time, I don't even have to think. It also makes clutter more visible. If something's been sitting unused at the back for months, it becomes obvious. If my go-to moisturizer runs low, I spot it early. No more oops, I thought I still had one. It's like building muscle memory for your hands. Everyday makeup in a front tray, extra colors in a box behind. Utensils, favorites in the first drawer, niche tools somewhere less accessible. The bonus, you won't waste money rebuying things just because you thought it was missing. And you'll feel more in control, like your home finally remembers your rhythm. Next up, one of my favorite habits to stop paper from turning into chaos before it even starts. You know that moment when you're rushing and you swear you had a backup dry shampoo, but now it's nowhere to be found. So you go buy another one. And next week, surprise, the old one shows up behind the vitamins. It happens when things are scattered. One hair product in the bathroom, another in your bag, two under the sink. That mess doesn't just waste time, it slowly eats away at your mental clarity too. A small habit that changed this for me is group items by category and keep them together. All skincare in one bin, all hair stuff in another, chargers and cables in their own box. I use small caddies with handles, same color, same label style. They're easy to pull out and my brain instantly knows this is all the makeup I have right now. The benefit: you stop overbuying. You spot duplicates before checkout. You don't waste 5 minutes digging around before work or school pickup. And you're not constantly questioning, do I even have this? Or did I finish it? It's not about being perfect, it's about being clear. And clarity is what gives you energy back. Let's keep that clarity going next we tackle the one kind of clutter that builds up quietly but fast: paper. Paper clutter is sneaky. It doesn't show up in one big pile, it trickles in a receipt. Here, a school flyer, there, a bill tucked into a shopping bag, some junk mail you didn't have time to toss. And suddenly, without realizing it, your kitchen counter, your desk, or even your dining table turns into a mini mountain of paper. And the problem is, you never feel like you have the time or energy to deal with it all. So you just keep telling yourself, I'll sort it later. But later becomes never, and the mess becomes background stress. What helped me fix this was making one clear rule when I walk into the house with papers. I only do one of 3 things: throw it out, scan it, or store it. That's it. No, put it here for now. No, I'll read this later. Just throw, scan, or store. Most of the time I toss it. If it's something I might need again, like a receipt or note, I scan it into a free app on my phone, takes 5 seconds. If it's something I truly need the original copy of, I drop it straight into a labeled plastic folder. No thinking, no sorting, just action. This tiny habit takes maybe a minute a day, but it saved me from hours of stress. And more importantly, it stops that quiet, nagging feeling that you're falling behind on life. And after the papers are handled, I can finally look around and feel like I'm not just keeping up, I'm actually in control. Now let's talk about a tip that's not just about cleaning, it's about your state of mind. Some days I just don't have the energy to clean the whole kitchen, or fold every blanket, or wipe down every surface. But I still want to feel like I've done something. And I've learned it doesn't have to be big to matter. On those days, I tell myself, just clean one spot, just the bathroom sink, just the entryway, just the coffee table. And every time, without fail, it lifts a little weight off my chest. Because here's the truth. Cleaning isn't just about making things look nice for other people. It's about clearing space inside your own head. It's about giving yourself a break, a reset, a breath. The internet is full of perfect homes, spotless corners, color-coded pantries. But your home doesn't need to look like Pinterest. It just needs to feel like you're okay here. Some days wiping the sink is enough. Some days putting away 3 things is enough. Not because it made the house perfect, but because it reminded you I still have a little control. I still care for this space. I still care for myself. That's what I want to leave you with today, a gentle reminder that decluttering isn't about pressure, it's about peace. Now that we've shifted our mindset, let's wrap it all up with one last thought. So those were the 10 simple habits that helped me, someone who's constantly juggling work, family, and just life, keep my home feeling calm and under control. Not perfect, but breathable. If you're feeling overwhelmed and don't know where to start, just pick one thing. You don't need a weekend overhaul, just one shift in habit is enough to begin. I actually have a separate video that breaks down how I declutter each area of the house. That might be the next gentle step for you. And here's the thing tomorrow, I'm sharing something even more hands-on, a short list of specific items you probably don't even realize are cluttering your space. It's one of those you'll wish you knew this sooner kinds of videos, so make sure you come back. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. And if even one tip today helped you breathe a little easier, please give this video a like, share it with a friend, leave me a comment with your favorite tip, and don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps me keep making videos that support you and your space where it matters most.